Yo, what's up? It's your boy Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. Legends never die, they stay in our hearts. If you want to support us, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also you can come down here and hit the join button under the video or in our channel section. And you can also join our Patreon, patreon.com/currency365. And we also have Cash App and also PayPal for supports if you want to sow some seeds. Peace out. God bless. Enjoy the video and keep the movement going. Legends. Bye.
Some people ask why I cry in my videos. It's because when the spirit of revelation is present, I either get goosebumps or I just start crying, hence the weeping prophet. Except unlike Jeremiah, who wept because of the coming destruction, I weep because of the coming restoration. The comeback has started, and most people don't know that because they're sitting there in so much despair. But it has. If you were sitting in Super Bowl 51, and for context, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, I'm going to post a link for that video right there, and in the description. Super Bowl 51, the Patriots are behind, and it's like 28-3. And if you're sitting there at that game when it's late in the third quarter, and you're thinking like, oh, this game is so over, and then the Patriots score to make it 28-9, I believe, you're not aware that you're about to witness the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history until the comeback is actually finished. And so this is where sometimes being a prophet is interesting. And I have to say thank you to Crypto Knight because, I spent so much time trying to be recognized as a prophet. And it didn't happen out of my own strength. And Crypto Knight, he doesn't call me Matt or Matthew, he calls me Prophet. And what that has done is created this, suddenly I have all these people who just call me Prophet. And I have to tell you, in my coaching, which I'm just in awe of what God is doing. I had a guy the other day that I was coaching, and God showed me where this guy lived, where he was going to move to, his entire life's calling, and even the name of the guy's church. And I'm just sitting there in awe because I'm like, I'm hearing on a level that I've never heard before, and it's because I'm not stressed or anxious anymore. Like, if people are wondering what happens in your group and what happens with the people that you're coaching, I'm helping them to walk in their calling, to have a total righteous turnaround. For years I struggled with, hey, there's a declaration that needs to be made over my life, and I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's something with a turnaround. And I go to a meeting in 2019, and Sean Boltz just releases this word about a total righteous turnaround. Like, what you don't understand is when you're sowing into people and when you're supporting people, you're investing in their breakthrough, but you also have access to the breakthrough. And I've gone from feeling like a 3 to a 6.5 out of 10 in like 3 months. And there is a process that I've gone to do that. But like, this is what's available to people who are connected in my group. And anyways, the comeback has started. And I'm sitting here in awe because I'm realizing people just need to start stepping into their gifts and to start executing. 4 months ago, I had no idea who was going to join this group. I just knew I had to start something different because I couldn't find what I wanted. And so God told me to go create it. And for the first time in like a decade, I feel like I'm thriving. And I don't feel like I'm dying inside. Like, I'm telling people this to encourage them. The turnaround is possible. It doesn't matter where you're at. You can have a total righteous turnaround where God comes and just puts you into alignment and just releases you, and you can be effective and just help to make a significant impact on people's lives. And there are so many people that are so convinced that America's done and it's just over with. And I'm here to tell you that I don't agree with that. For years, for years, God has shown me about this 10-year reprieve that is coming. And there hasn't been a reprieve since, like, I don't know, it's been a long time. Since Reagan, maybe? Like, there hasn't been a reprieve in a very long time. And God's told me for a long time that one is coming. There's people out there where God is showing you stuff. You need to start taking action on it. For example, God showed me, Matt, your responsibility is to help equip people for the wealth transfer and to help them get ready. So I create this Thursday group thinking, hey, I'm just going to make this Thursday group and we're going to have calls and it'll be awesome. And then God starts speaking to me about coaching and I'm like, cool, I'm going to reach other people on the internet, not realizing that it's actually people in my group that need the coaching to make the change on the inside, so that their self-image changes from somebody who's broken, needs money, and needs rescuing to somebody who's like a millionaire or billionaire, because that change starts before the money ever comes. And I'm having just endless amounts of revelation poured out to me because I'm not in a stressed, anxious state. Like, I want people to make the connections. God tells us not to fear, not to be anxious. And if we are anxious about anything, we're supposed to, with prayer and petition, make our concerns known to God because He cares for us. And people aren't doing that. There's a lack of effective Christianity that's helping, and a total lack of awareness that the comeback has started. Sean Boltz called me out in this meeting and said, you and your wife are leaders, and you help lead people into great hope. Well, I'm here to tell you that there's great hope. I'm here to tell you that the comeback has started. I'm here to tell you that there's hope for America. I'm here to tell you that a turnaround is coming, but not everyone is going to see it. Only that those that have eyes to see and ears to hear are going to be aware that a comeback is even coming. Tony Robbins was sitting on an interview with Ed Milet, and he thinks winter may last 8 or 9 years in terms of an economic winter. And I'm sitting here like, do people get it yet? This is how most of the world is going to view what's coming, because they have no perception that a comeback has started, much less is in process. And so we wonder, like, oh, well, how's God going to do the wealth transfer? Because most people are going to be completely blind to the actual reality of what's really happening. So when the wealth transfer starts to happen, and this is not financial or investment advice, and it's time for people to start sowing into these different areas as God leads, people are like, well, okay, so everyone's going to just see the bottom and know it. No, they're not. So many don't have eyes to see or ears to hear. And so, while we perceive the bottom, they're going to be screaming that we're still in an economic winter for like another 6 years. People are not going to miss the bottom because they're going to be blind to it. This is why you need to make sure you're in alignment with God. We wonder, like, okay, well, the Bible says that the earth is crying out for the manifestation of the sons of God. Do you know what that means? That means, in part, to actually walk in the giftings that God has given you. Why? Because God's given you a measure of Himself. People need to learn to just be themselves. I get, like, I take this as like a compliment. People are like, you're kind of weird. I'm like, I know, right? People need to embrace their weirdness. Like, think of anybody who's ever made a significant contribution on the earth at any time, and you're like, wow, there's nobody else like that person, except we're all made to be that way. So a commonality that I'm finding in coaching is people are trying to, like, stay in the box and just not be too weird and, like, not express themselves as like, express yourself. Be the version that God made you to be, and just whatever your thing is. Like, I realized a couple of years ago, I had this unique gift where any job I've ever worked, I could tell if somebody was going to work out, or somebody was a toxic apple, or if somebody was bad for the company culture, wasn't going to last long. Like, I could just feel it, and I was right every time. And people would tell me, oh, that's not a gift. That's just, you're perceptive. And I'm like, we need to start recognizing these unique gifts that God has put in people, because as they walk in these gifts, it's actually going to make the world better. We wonder, why is the world in chaos? It's in chaos because too many people are sitting on the sidelines, not participating, and not actually functioning in the gifts that God has given them. And then we wonder, like, oh, it feels like something's missing. No shit. Like, what do you expect? We're supposed to be a body. And it's like, how can you be a body when the right femur is missing, the right half of the brain is missing, half the face is missing, you only have 4 toes instead of 5, well, you only have 3 toes, you're missing a left hand, and you're missing half your chest. But yeah, go Christianity. Like, does anybody get it yet? The world is crying out, the earth is crying out for the manifestation of the sons of God to be who they're supposed to be. We all have a unique piece of God that is put in us. We have a unique expression of something that we're supposed to do. I'm really good at coaching people. Why? Because I'm very prophetically perceptive, and I hear God and I just say whatever God says for me to say, and I'm not anxious about being wrong. Funny enough, I can't sit here and say the last time I ever said something prophetic that's missed. Ever since I haven't been stressed and anxious. I don't get stressed and anxious anymore. At all, ever. Well, how'd you do that? I learned to relax and meditate on the word. So I literally sit on my bed twice a day for 20 minutes, put headphones on, listen to worship music or a sermon or something, and focus on deep breathing, and stress is no more because I changed the state that my brain is in. There's all this knowledge that the church is scared of because, oh, it's New Age. No, it's been perverted into New Age, and we've rejected all of it because we think we just need Jesus. Well, bro, if you don't eat or drink anything for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you're going to die. So clearly you need more than Jesus. Right? It sounds like a nice sentiment. Your spirit needs Jesus. Your physical body needs more than Jesus. People have to participate in their breakthrough. God spoke, Moses responded, then God moved. People actually have to participate in the process. We don't just get to sit on the sidelines. Anyways, I don't want this to turn into just a rambling mess. The comeback has started. Really, sincerely, legit, it has. You don't believe me? Watch the Super Bowl 51 video from the beginning, and that's in the description. It explains all of it. The comeback has started. We haven't won the game yet, but the comeback is in process. The comeback finishes in 2024. But then guess what? It's a new season after that. Well, what do you mean? Okay, so if a team wins a Super Bowl, they don't just get to ride off in the sunset and not show up next season. Next season, they have to come back and put in the work again. So, we have work to do. So, if any of this resonates whatsoever, I have a group that we do Zoom calls on Thursdays. We get together and talk about all sorts of things about the wealth transfer that I feel would be helpful in changing people's perception and identity to get an alignment for what's about to come, so that you can actually be effective in the wealth transfer. I also do coaching, one-on-one coaching, probably going to institute group coaching as well. And when you join my group, you get discounts on coaching, you get discounts on group coaching. The Thursday calls, all the replays, there's a ton of benefits to being part of this group. And I'm going to change the pricing on it today. I was going to wait till the end of January. It was $35 as the lowest tier, but God had put something in my spirit about 30, 60, and 100-fold. So I'm now going to make the tiers $30, $60, and $100 US. Because there just seems to be life on that, and it benefits you guys, so why would I wait? We need to take action, and I want to inspire a bunch of people to take action and get ready for the wealth transfer and change their perception about themselves to get in alignment with the calling that God has on their life. Anyways, you get the point. The link for my group will be down below. The email that you can email for coaching is down below, but if you want coaching, why would you not join my group? And it just makes sense because you get significant discounts on coaching. And anyways, I'm going to go read the Bible now. So, God bless you. Thank you for watching. And go do something constructive to change your life today.